Day 86. Hey, what are you doing today? What the hell is happening to me? That's kind of what hit me today. I was thinking, initially my thought was at this point when this thing kind of hit me, it was kind of just a unique feeling, unique situation. But today I was thinking I was the farthest away from this task that I've ever felt. I was thinking about leaving my work and starting something different. Not something I was anticipating, not something I really want to do. I figured I'd stick it out through here until I got the business off the ground. But I can feel something kind of pushing me away. So I'm exploring other avenues as that goes. And as I've gone down this road, I found myself listening and looking at different things that I wasn't anticipating, wasn't expecting, the path that it's taking me down, and I was kind of like almost just lost touch with everything. I didn't feel like going back to my daily tasks, the list that I have to do. I didn't feel like concentrating on what I was listening to or what I was reading. Just feeling very distant from myself, very distant from my job, very distant from the task at hand. Just not there. And then all of a sudden I started thinking, I was like, it's been 86 days, and one of the little side things was flexibility. Was becoming a little bit more flexible, more so in my legs. My legs have, for as long as I can remember, even going back into junior high and high school, I was never had much flexibility in my legs, and I never really concentrated on it. When I was working out or playing any kind of sports, stretching was always kind of like whatever. I just went through the motions, but never really concentrated on it. But starting this endeavor, I kind of made an active put an image in my head that I was going to concentrate on stretching as a part of the progression. Making the body a little bit more limber. And so I've been stretching every day, more just in my legs, just some very basic stretches, and for the most part I've hit it every day. Nothing too extensive, a couple minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it takes. I wasn't really concentrating on it too much, but I was thinking today, I was like, it's been X amount of time and I don't feel any more flexible than I was before. And I was starting to think, well, maybe it's because I've been kind of lax about it, which is kind of has been ingrained into me to not put much effort into it. And I was thinking, maybe it's my fault, and I decided to jump online and just try to read a couple things and see if there's something that maybe I'm doing wrong, there were a couple small ideas came out, but nothing really to explain why I wasn't feeling any progress. And I think when I started, I mentioned in one of these videos that I was maybe 6 inches away from my toes, but I think there was a little bit of pride in that. I was realistically probably about 8 to 10 inches away from touching my toes. And stretching every day, I wasn't really paying attention to how close I could get, but today I decided, reach down, see how close you can really get to your toes as a good measurement. And literally, I'm like 2 inches away from touching my toes. I've never been able to touch my toes without bending my knees, not even when I was, for as long as I can remember stretching. Probably realistically didn't really concentrate on stretching until 7th grade, 8th grade, somewhere around there. So, but I was never able to touch my toes, and I'm literally 2 inches. Like, I could probably measure, 2 inches, and I was like, what the hell, I was like, it just kind of hit me. I was like, wait a second here, there has been some progress. It's another thing that it's nice to be able to measure progress, and to be able to see the difference. And here was something that I hadn't even considered really paying attention to. And had I been paying attention to it, the slow progress probably wouldn't have been as exciting as it was to all of a sudden just see how close I could get. And now, it made me think, I'm almost 3 months into it. I'm 85 days into it. I'm running 2.5 miles an hour faster, or excuse me, 1.5 miles faster than when I started, and I'm comfortable with that. So if I continue at that rate, 3 months from now, I'm going to be running comfortably at 8 miles an hour, which that's just would have been mind-boggling 3 months ago to think about. However, now to think about it doesn't seem that unrealistic at all. I'm already pushing myself to 7, 8, even running at 9 miles an hour for short little spurts. But to be able to jump on a treadmill and run 8 miles an hour is going to feel pretty good 6 months from now if I'm at that pace. You know, to be at 6.5 miles an hour, that wasn't really an intention, or you know, wasn't really an initial goal. It was just to be able to run distance, but you know, speed kind of became more enticing, and then with the speed came the difference in some of the muscles that I'm feeling that I'm using. But now to think that I am becoming more limber. So those are just two good, strong, measurable changes. You know, wake up and, you know, I think yesterday I did 2 miles at 6.5 miles an hour and felt good. You know, today I got on treadmill immediately, just 6.5. That's what I run. That's normal. It's become normal. And you know, 86 days ago, running a 5 mile an hour pace was a struggle. It was hard, and wasn't enjoyable, wasn't fun. And now it's pretty easy to get on and do that 6.5. It's I'm damn close to touching my toes, which that's going to be an exciting thing once that day comes where I can touch my toes. Which now that I can see it, you know, I can try to get closer and closer every day until finally, you know, I have that flexibility. And I always thought that looked so relaxing, the people that can do that can totally just, you know, stretch out and touch their toes. And I'm talking about touching my toes. Some people put their palms on the ground, you know, or even more than that. And some of the truly flexible people can just do things that are just mind-boggling. But I wonder if I'll get to that point where I can put my palms on the floor. It'd be pretty wild. But such a peaceful, meditative kind of look. You know, I used to think about that about runners when I would see runners, and I used to tell myself I couldn't run because I had problems with my feet, and I used to think, wow, they look so at peace when they run, even though, you know, obviously it's there's some energy, some exhilaration, some tediousness to it. I always thought runners looked like they were very peaceful in that state of action, and that was one of the things that inspired me to want to be able to run years ago. When I kind of made that decision, and but now, you know, I think about the peacefulness of stretching. A peculiar thing is that this place that I'm thinking about working at, they actually have some kind of yoga. It's one of the little bit that I know about it is kind of one of these companies that's a little bit more. I don't know the word for it, but you know, the building is oriented towards, you know, giving the employees some energy, working out, kind of one of those future forward kind of places. The words on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it. But interesting that I may be going somewhere where I can work out, I can do yoga, and work. You know, there's a lot of positive benefits to what I'm looking into. Hopefully it will come to fruition, but if not, no big deal. It is what it is. I'm kind of learning, been listening to a lot of Taoism here recently, peculiarly enough, and you know, I got mixed, kind of mixed things about the Taoism. It's a lot of what I'm learning or listening to. It's kind of, you know, there's a back and a forth. There's a real interesting pull going on in my system right now with all the information that I'm going into. But you know, I'm becoming very much more just kind of just let it go, and you know, I still have the old aspects of me that hang on to things and get me pretty fired up and those kind of things. But just want to bring that out. But what I want to talk about with those, I'm going through some weird changes too that I wasn't expecting. Oysters, raw oysters. I never really liked them. I've always been kind of a foodie. I've always enjoyed food, but within the last few months, I've gone on this huge raw oyster kick where I've probably, you know, I got a shucker now. I can buy them at the store. You know, I can order them at restaurants. I've learned a little bit about them. You know, but I have these cravings for them now. It's like, where the hell did this come from? I was never a big fan. I tried them in the past several times, and at first it was, you know, I went through that thing years ago where it was just the most disgusting thing in the world, and then I went through that thing where it was I can eat one, but you know, I really have no interest in it. Until all of a sudden, wow, they're fantastic, they're flavorful, they're good. Same things happen with, you know, wearing goofy ties and dressing a little bit different. And then the other thing too was just this past weekend I got into cigars, just out of nowhere. And also I talked about the moderation thing, the moderation with drinking, and how, you know, it's not about. I've learned that it's not about, you know, getting drunk. It's about enjoying the experience, enjoying everything that goes with it, enjoying the flavors, enjoying, you know, holding the drink, enjoying the taste of the drink, sipping on the drink, just the relaxation, and, you know, and the moderation of that. And now the cigars have come to me, and a little break in the action there. But anyway, what I was talking about is cigars have come to me, and it's become such an exciting hobby. And it's not even so much the smoking aspect of it; it's the, you know, learning about them. You know, all the different kinds and different, you know, where they come from, how they're, you know, put together. You know, what the story is on them. You know, went all out, ordered a little humidor. Went and bought a couple of them. Still waiting on the humidor to come, but, you know, one that is a hobby, just kind of collecting them, and then randomly, you know, any given experience, you know, a day at the beach, or, you know, something that requires the enjoyment of a cigar, and enjoying the flavor of it, and enjoying the actions of it, enjoying the energy of it, all that kind of thing. As simple as it's not an everyday, you know, I'm smoking 5-10 cigars a day. Hopefully that won't, if that overtakes me, I'll have to overcome this. But the idea is just the purchasing, the storing, and then the enjoying on random occasions. You know, perhaps opening up the humidor, smelling them, looking at them, just enjoying them for what they are. But you know, it kind of got me thinking, what am I turning into, some crazy old man or something? This is all crazy old man stuff, you know, eating raw oysters and smoking cigars and wearing ties with hula girls on them. And then I thought about it. You know what? It's not. It's just it's an age thing. It's kind of like the finer things, you know, enjoying finer things, and not taking things too seriously, and you know, just something that I'm growing into. So I can feel myself changing and growing, but it's, you know, not anything like I expected. You know, just kind of peculiar how this thing 85, 86 days ago has taken me over, you know, and changes I wasn't expecting are so huge, and so, you know, just different, and life is becoming more rich. You know, I'm going through a real battle here with how I'm making my income right now, and you know, how I feel about you know, the organization I work for, or the job that I do, or the amount of time that it consumes, or my lack of control over myself and my life in it. But oh, sorry, lost the train there. But just those things, just things that are occurring to me because I made this conscious decision to invest the time, invest the effort. You know, make a change. I don't feel myself advancing along the lines of entrepreneurship as much as I had hoped, as much as, you know, the initial goal was. But it took this whole thing has taken a weird little course where it's like the ether wants me to learn something that, you know, first before I make that step. You know, and it's almost like Karate Kid type stuff. You know, paint the fence. You know, it's I don't understand why I'm going down this road, but I know that it's I can internally, I can feel that it's the correct path, it's the correct way to go. There's still, you know, 9 months, 3/4 of this journey left to go. You know, I'm almost 1/4 into it, and the change has been pretty drastic. You know, physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. The fact that I'm in a position now where I feel like it's time to change where my income comes from, look for a little bit different influence on my life that way. Just everything that's going on, it's rolling down the road pretty cleanly, pretty well. Pretty excited about it, and I'm getting kind of weird, but I'm enjoying it, and that's the important thing. You know, weirdness isn't a bad thing. Sometimes freedom comes out in in being strange, in being unique, you know, in being weird. And I see people, I would have judged in the past that wore things that were strange, or that acted in a strange manner, and there's a new respect for that. There's a new sense of they're different for a reason, and they could be normal, they could, all of us could be normal zombies, and going through life with no bearing on things. Just kind of, as you drive down, as you drive through traffic every day, you see millions of, you see hundreds of cars, and you don't pay attention to any of them, and then the Ferrari passes you by, and you're like, and you remember it, and it sticks with you, and it's just one of those things. It's and it's not not to use Ferrari as an example, it's like a monetary thing, or a sports car thing. It's something that's unique, that's different, that's done its own thing. And it'd be the same thing if you passed an old Ford that was falling apart from the 50s. You would remember that car. At least I would remember something unique about a car. That was different. So it's not a status type thing, but just sometimes it's good to be weird, man. Good to be unique and enjoy that, and enjoy the experience that it brings, the attitudes that it brings. So anyway, at some point I'm gonna get some oysters and cigars and stare at my tie all day. Oh yeah, and stretch and be able to put my palms on the ground and run at 8 miles an hour, and be a very successful entrepreneur, and be in Monaco or somewhere. Who cares? I mean, just at some point I'm gonna have that freedom. I'm gonna enjoy it. But, that's it. Day 86, I think. Day 86. Hey, what are you doing today? Thanks.